What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you all to What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. I am your host, Altanya Lachey. This is my co-host,
Pete Fairley.
We want to thank you all for tuning in and joining us tonight. Please feel free to share the podcast. Feel free to jump in and share your opinions.
What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? What's coming out of your mouth? It's Shay and Pete. Check him out. Check him out. It's Shay and Pete. Check him
out. And your thoughts on the comments that we share. And also consider joining our tribe by going to our YouTube page and subscribing to our channel. All right, co-host, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Having a beautiful Tuesday. You know how everything is. Glad to be back on another podcast. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's starting to be like you're just living for Tuesdays. Al's is telling y'all hey too. She said she's doing good. Seems like we're living for Tuesdays and trying to gather all this information so we can get out here and share it to our people.
Right.
Yes. So how was your Father's Day?
I had a good Father's Day. You know, it's always a good day. You know, started off with church, you know, as always on Sunday. Mm-hmm. We ain't got no baseball activities, you know. So we didn't this weekend. So I had a good Sunday. Started off with church, good nice church service. You know, got a chance to pass the different gifts out there. Got a chance to eat dinner with our Father as well. But you know, that's nothing new, but still the good chill time was good. We was able to chill. Man, we had a nice day. We had a blessed day. We talked for a good while. Everybody chilled and came home and, you know, continued the Father's Day vibe. So I had a pretty good Father's Day. I can't complain. I did enjoy my gifts. I got a lot of good gifts.
Oh, that's what's up. I said I was going to text you early, some sappy and all that. I said, then I started giving me something. So let me make sure I text my boo and I just give him his flowers on the show. They know, everybody know I just love you to death. So I just know you were having a good Father's Day, and I think you are an excellent father. And your son is the identical person of you. So I know, I can imagine how he's going to be when his kids come.
Oh, man, he's going to be a good father. One thing I do must say, he is very observative. So I got to make sure I am doing a good job so he can do a good job.
Absolutely. And I think all fathers, I just want to send love to all the fathers because, you know, it's been a lot going on in the world lately. And I just hope that everybody got a chance to love on a father. If it wasn't your father or your husband that's a father, there's somebody that's a father, because the men been going through a lot lately. You know, we all have, but it's different from the men's perspective. So,
but and you know, not to cut you off, but in this time too, it's very vital that fathers step up, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, we have to have these different talks with our kids and different ways to show our kids how to act. So it's very vital, very pivotal time that we stand up and, you know, and show them a good influence, you know, a good way to how to act when they in public, you know, how to treat people.
Right.
You know, things to look out for. So, I mean, fathers are always important, but definitely in the state of the world right now, you know.
Absolutely. And in talking about this weekend, you know, a lot of people were celebrating Juneteenth, right? So this year, I think Juneteenth probably was the most celebrated ever that I can remember. And do you think that's because of everything that's going on right now? Or do you think it's because a lot of people realizing the meaning behind Juneteenth?
I definitely think it's because of what's going on right now. I mean, but to with everything going on, what a better time to spread the meaning of Juneteenth, right?
Absolutely.
Because I've definitely heard of Juneteenth over the years, but I didn't know the real meaning behind Juneteenth. So it was a good time to be able to educate the world on Juneteenth, right? Well, I think it's definitely because of the time in which it's going on. But what a better it's a good opportunity. It's never been a better opportunity,
right,
to spread the word.
Right.
Of what Juneteenth really meant. You know what I mean?
Right. I definitely agree. And I mean, to me, just learning more about it, and realizing that that was the time when all the slaves were free, and to also realize I learned a lot about the demise of the Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? That happened shortly after the Juneteenth thing, and to realize that had happened in Oklahoma. So just being here in Texas, it's an entire different vibe surrounded around Juneteenth, and now I'm learning the importance of it, and it's very riveting to realize there's so much history that wasn't taught to us, and that we have to make sure it's being taught to our kids so that they can know the histories of their ancestors and the reason why things are being done. You know, and I think that's something really important in our families, that the stuff that's being passed down, they say you do this, you go to church on Sunday, you go over to grandmama's house on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? What are the reasons behind it? And I think that's why a lot of kids don't participate in certain things, because they don't know why they do it, just do it because mama say do it. You know?
I mean, some traditions we need to keep, you know.
Yeah, we need to keep it, but we need to explain why
the reason.
Tradition. Yeah.
Okay, true. And that's one that slipped through the crack, this Juneteenth, you know.
Yeah.
It was celebrated in some parts of the world, right, or in some cities, you know. But true that you didn't have the education of printouts and different things, or the speakers like you do for other things at the event, so people could know this what we're here for. This the reason we're here. Instead of we're doing all these other things, but the main reason is, you know. So, but I think, you know, right now we're in this time, it's good that we're getting more Black history put out. Because Black history is more than a month in February. It's a lot of Black history that can be spread, you know. And that's something right there that was just pushed in. It wasn't spread like it should have, but right now it is being spread. So
I think that they're calling for it to be an actual national holiday that's on the calendar. So I think that's good, and I think that's probably based on everything that's going on right now. But I think it would be a good idea, because we need to observe it, and we need to know the reason behind it, and more people need to learn about it. So I just give everybody an applause for pushing the agenda and making sure that we learn what we need to learn. The origin of the tradition, the five bloods, and also the hidden colors of them all. I'm not sure what he's saying on that, but yeah. So, you know, big ups to everybody, but, you know, continue to just do your research and learn everything you need to learn. But I'm really learning a lot, and I'm glad to have been exposed to the real true meaning of Juneteenth, so that I can know why, you know, people really celebrate other than people just trying to do something. So that's big. All right. So y'all know the month of June, we're talking about reconnecting and relationships and different things like that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Y'all see what that title. So what y'all think about the title? Do you think watching porno is cheating? So we're going to give y'all some time to drop down and put y'all thoughts on that. And we all grown, so we don't want nobody coming over here with no jibber jab and all that. But what do you think? Do you think watching porno is cheating? So since we're talking about love and reconnect, I want to open with this. Since what you want is love, practice teaching only love. Teaching love is not talking about love, not the philosophy of love, and not about the metaphysics of love. You teach love by loving in each moment. And you can only be loving by allowing yourself to feel the presence of love, feeling the presence of love as your moment-to-moment experience. So what do you think about that, co-host?
Well, one thing I do think about love is definitely an action word. I mean, lip service is not enough when it comes to love.
Oh yeah.
So in teaching love, you have to be able, you know, it's one of those things you teach by showing, by action, right?
Yeah.
So I do think you have to be in the mindset of love and be absorbed by the feeling of love. But teaching love is definitely the way to receive love. Because if you give love, you should receive love. And you should receive love if you're not willing to give love, right?
Why do you think that we always say love is an action word, love is an action word, but mostly people feel like they make sure they tell you I love you, I love you, but most people don't really just show their love through action. They just feel like as long as I love you, I come home every night, or I love you, I did this and that for you.
Right, right.
Do you think that why doesn't that resonate with people if they may question somebody's love for them?
I think when things start to get stale in a situation or stagnant, I would say, a person may not feel loved as much. I mean, I think and I know once you're with a person for a while, you start to slack sometime, and you have to be always reminded to hold up now. You still need to show me this stuff you used to that made me fall in love with you. So that's why the action word will come in, because we're not doing the things we did to get the person. Or we'd have felt slacked on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why a person can feel that way.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that definitely happens a lot, and I don't know why, but I think it's just you get in a routine and you feel like, well, they already know. I have showed them I love them throughout the years. So why do I gotta do anything else? You already know I love you, so you should be accepting of that. So somebody says they don't mean it. They took it out of the context. Houdini told us that. They don't mean what? Yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna go into this. Is watching porno cheating? So what is your real true thoughts on is watching porno cheating?
Like I said, in the production, I was asked this, I was asked this, and somebody wanted to know that did I think that it was cheating to watch porn?
Right.
Because their significant other thought they were cheating. So I just don't think it's cheating, me personally.
Right.
I don't think watching porn is cheating, Why they feel that, I don't know. And then I thought, most couples watch porn together.
True. If that's the thing, right? Yeah.
So and then if a person watch porn with you, they might watch it by themselves.
Right.
So I mean, that's just like watching in the other show. You expect them not to watch it when you're not there.
Right.
So but I mean, to me though, it's nothing physical with another person. So that's why I was just saying. To me, it's not cheating,
Well, since you said it being not physical, do you think, some people have emotional affairs? So maybe
I don't see how that could be emotional.
Well, well, maybe it could be that they're watching it excessively. They may not be cheating per se, but his spouse, I'm assuming a man actually, that his spouse may feel like he's watching it too much, and he may be growing more attached to the people that's on the show and not showing her as much affection. So she may feel like it's an emotional attachment that he has developed to that. Not necessarily emotional, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, if it's causing a rift though, and like I think anything that's causing a real rift in a relationship should be looked at.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think. No matter what it is. I mean, if it's something that's causing a breakdown in your relationship, then you may not label it as cheating, but it's something that needs to be adjusted.
Yeah, it should be looked at. But I mean, I just don't see it as cheating. Now, so if we were talking about it and me and my wife was discussing it, and I was coming in on the beginning, giving my opening statement, I was saying I do not believe I'm cheating on you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm watching it, but I don't see where you're getting this point of be cheating on you at. So that will probably be my opening statement now.
Right. But you will see how you will see the point that she's saying, well, maybe it's not cheating, but maybe you are spending an extended amount of time watching porno, and it's not healthy for our relationship.
Now that was I can agree, and if it's getting to a point where it's not healthy and you're doing it, and to the bukus, you watching buku porn. I mean, it's just enormous amounts of. Maybe it is taking your mind off of the relationship and anything else you got going on.
And and that could lead to multiple things. I mean, are you developing a porn addiction? I mean, it's multiple ways you can look at that if they're watching it excessively.
And which I don't think is cheating. I do think it can become an addiction, and now when it becomes an addiction, it is a problem.
That's what I think too. I definitely don't think it's cheating, but I think it depends. I definitely don't think it's cheating, but I think it can be problematic in a relationship depending on each person's view of it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may not like to watch it and they spouse like to watch it, which I don't think that should be an issue.
So how do you think that will work? That will work in a situation if one likes to watch it and the other one don't?
Well, I don't think it should create a rift if they're watching in their free time, just as if they're going to play the video games or they're watching a movie. When they're doing it on their own time, and it's not negatively affecting our relationships, I don't see a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't agree with watching it myself and they wanted to watch it, I wouldn't see it as a problem. But if they're watching it excessively, they want to do all the things they learned on that's not practical. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, okay, babe, we need to have a conversation. And if they couldn't understand where I was coming from that, then that would make me think, do they have a problem with it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So right. I think it just depends on your views, but I wouldn't consider it cheating. But somebody said it's not, but the more you watch it, you will develop feeling for other. Porn is like a threesome. Porn is a mental situation. I don't fool with all that. Well, I mean, I can see what you're saying. I think it's a personal preference. But I don't think that just because one spouse don't agree with it, that it means that they are going off on a deep end. You know what I'm saying? We all have our things that we like and we don't like. So, I mean, I just think that it could be a bit, bit much.
So what do you think about the community saying that it can lead to a threesome?
Yeah, I can see. I don't think it can lead to a threesome, but I can think it can lead to somebody wanting to have a threesome because,
right.
You know what I'm saying? All sexual, I don't know what the word is that I want to say, but you know how people get deeper and deeper to outside the realm of their normal stuff. It bring in ideas that may not necessarily been an idea before, you know what I'm saying, them get involved in other stuff. So I definitely think it's like an opening Pandora box.
Yeah.
But it's just going to depend on the individuals.
And another question I have for you, do you think that with time, like if you start off young, yeah, maybe you're watching it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With time though, it slacks off more.
I would think so, because I think when you the older you get, and when you really get into a relationship and you start learning yourself and you learning what sex is with your partner, your spouse, whatever, you realize that porn is very theatrical, and a lot of it is not real. It's unrealistic, and you know what I'm saying, and all the above. So I think and when you're younger, you get something out of because you don't know the real deal. You know what I'm saying? True. But as you grow and learn, you realize that it's just entertainment.
Right.
So that's why. That's one reason why I don't say it could be cheating, because it's purely entertainment. However, some people do develop addiction to it, and then they watch certain kinds that could be a little questionable. So I mean, all that.
Now, if you're in the weird stage, I don't care who you is, it's a problem.
Right. You're watching, certain things. So it's a very fine line. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In watching it. But I just think to each his own. But I mean, if it's affecting your relationship, I definitely think a conversation needs to be had. and you need to reevaluate your time that you consume watching it.
True.
Yeah. But I think that's just a taboo subject, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if it's affecting your relationship and they talking about it, you need to see is it a valid point.
Yeah, agreed on that. Okay, so a lot of people are, they have this Facebook dating app, right?
Huh?
So yeah, they got some kind of dating app on Facebook. And so
Facebook don't miss no money, dude.
No, they do not. And so I don't really know the ins and outs exactly how it works, but supposedly it's set up so that the person, if y'all are a match, then the person can check out your profile. You know what I'm saying? Not like on other stuff, because more like on Facebook, more than likely. The stuff that's on there is true. This is who you really is, this is where you work, and this is your real family and all this and that. So I guess it's to help make people more compatible, matches, and just to help them know exactly who they get involved with. Well, anyway, people who are using it are still having a hard time finding somebody who is compatible. And so I've heard that one user, she met somebody and, seemed like it was promising.
Right.
But then she was told that after he looked at her whole profile, right, that he was no longer interested based on her physique, right? But he still
So you don't see the people first?
No, you don't see them. Like, they match you some kind of way based on the information you put in. And then once y'all are matched, then you have access to their profile to check them out.
Okay. So once he got to the pictures, he was no longer interested.
He was no longer interested based on the look, but he still.
So they start talking before they see each other.
Right, but he still wanted the conversation. So what do you think about that? Like, even with dating apps and different things like this, and people see what they had to offer, what do you think about people still being misleading in what they want? Like, I guess I'm asking you, are you interested in a person more based on how they look or intellectually? Because he was into her through the conversation.
I mean, from wisdom age would have shown me, like, most women definitely are totally emotional. Like, some women can go with an ugly guy long he's treating them right, and they're emotionally attached and all those things, right? But now I think with me personally, it starts with the physical. I got to be physically attracted to you.
Okay.
Then on the emotional side will keep me there. You know what I'm saying? We connected right there. So because me personally, if I can't look at you like and say, ooh, I don't want to be with you. And we can be friends all the time now, mostly. But I mean, that's just me.
Right. Okay.
So that's why the way they doing it, I don't agree. I need to look at your picture. I would need to look at your picture first, and then we can start talking on that level like that, and then maybe. Well, because that's how dating really is in the real world. You look at the person, you don't know them.
Right. You look at them and then you say, I want to talk to them. Yeah, I get that. But I think that's true. That's realistic 99% of the time. However, I feel like, like you said, with the experience and the older you get, people's looks gonna change.
Oh yeah, but that's the
initial.
The initial. Once you're in love with a person, you are definitely in love with them wholeheartedly.
Right.
People looks change. It's no longer about the looks at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm talking about going into the fact.
Right. Yeah, I just thought it was something that the person, I guess it's good that they'll be honest and just say, I'm not attracted to you, but I think you a beautiful soul, or however they want to phrase it. I
but
just think
now
that's shallow, don't you?
I do think this. I will say this as being, older, that I do believe that you can fall in love with somebody that you might not be feeling. I mean, like,
Yeah.
You don't think they're beautiful. I mean, like,
right.
They might possess enough that make they in their inside that it's just beautiful, and all you see is beauty.
Right.
I'm not saying that it will work for everybody, but it can work.
That's what I think. I mean, I really think that if you connect on a deeper level, I mean, maybe not just initial physical attraction to them, but their conversation is A1. Everything that you're looking for in a person, they have all those qualities, but their physical appearance is not just everything that you would imagine it would be. I don't think, me personally, that I would just want to discount, just say, no, this person's not for me because that one box they don't check off on is something that's going to fade. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of shallow. You know what I'm saying?
So it can be shallow, but going in, do you think you got to be able to physically look at their face? See, what do you think about that?
I agree with that. I mean, you want to be attracted to your spouse.
But now, not to cut you off, I know you at this day and age now, a man is now. One thing is always true. If you ugly, you're ugly.
Yeah, but
in the new world with this day and age, with women, they can become beautiful. Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And a lot of people say now, this go around now, you're not ugly, you just poor.
Yeah, because you can't do all this other fix yourself up.
Right. What you think about that?
That's my first time ever hearing that. I think, But I mean, even with that, you know what I'm saying? If your woman, if you want to really attract to her when she's all fixed up, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of shallow as well, because you got to wake up to her when she don't have a wig on, when she don't have her lashes on and all that. So it still has to be some sort of attraction there. And back to what you were saying about the man, if a man is ugly, or less attractive, then he just less attractive. I mean, ain't no getting around it. However, a man, if he get with the right woman, she gonna dress him up nice.
She gonna sauce him out now.
She gonna make him.
She gonna drip him up. Yeah, she might drip him up, but I mean, he's still ugly. But now, one thing I do know is this right here. I'm gonna tell you something.
Well, tell me.
Let's be real about it. So I done seen some of the most ugly guys who carry themselves in a nice way and got that sauce by themselves. He gonna have a bad girl now.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a man, conversation relation. That's a line for a reason.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So now we can't, men, just because they're ugly does not mean they should be counted out.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I just feel like it's shallow of a grown man. And maybe, I can see it both sides. I can think it's very honest, but I think it's very shallow for a grown man to just tell a person, well, I'm not attracted to you for the way you look, I mean, it's honest, but it's kind of rude,
Yeah. I mean, but I would rather him tell you up front.
Yeah, I agree. I would. But that's kind of like, really? But then you still want to keep talking to me. So I'm good enough for conversation, but I mean, you already told me you're not attracted to me, so I wouldn't know how to go with it.
Well, because he telling you, look, we can be good friends.
Friend zone. Who want to be in a friend zone? If I'm on a dating app, I'm looking for love. I ain't looking for no friend.
And you never know what you get where you at. You never know what you get. You gonna get. You just not. We know how it is.
Yeah,
You're not gonna find love. Finds you. You don't find love, right?
That's right. I like that.
So in the end of the day, on your journey, you gonna come across all different type of situations.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I agree with you, and I mean, I appreciate the person being honest to them. But I mean, it's like, dang, man, that's like we doing it like that. Okay, somebody says, Facebook pulling high school compatibility card, right? We come as we are, no makeup, no wig. Speaking for the men, right? But you know, men be wearing these lace fronts, these little new kind of little hair pieces for men and stuff now. So, you know, the men a little shady too now. You know, they be getting them little extensions in. So you don't really know what you're getting. They got a bald spot at the top. So, you know, you don't really know what you get with the men also. Somebody says, there is a getting around it. She can fix him up, but to be beautiful to her. Because you can be with a pretty person and an ugly soul. Now, that's deep, sis. That's definitely true. I would rather honesty, but you have to know the difference between a little boy and a grown man. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what Judge Judah say?
What?
Beauty fade, dumb is forever.
Mm-hmm. Now, I ain't never heard that, but I agree. You know, but beauty doesn't fade. But that just really kicked me off my feet because I just didn't think that a grown man, I mean, I guess he just being honest and living in his truth. But I think it could have been a better way that he could have done it. You know, his soul can be beautiful to her, right? They can have a beautiful soul, and I think, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, you know, what one person think is ugly, you know what I'm saying? Another person may think it's beautiful. So I just thought that was interesting, and it just so happened popped in my head for tonight. So I was just like, wow, he really said that? She was like, yeah, you know, I was like, wow, you know, but
how did that person take it?
It was kind of like a little sting, you know what I'm saying? Because the rudeness of it, you know, because, you know, we're carrying on, we're getting a vibe, you know, I'm telling you about me, you telling me about you, you know what I'm saying? And all this and that. And so then, you know, you had a chance to view my profile.
Right.
You ain't saying nothing. So I'm like, okay, because, you know, I guess whenever, I don't know how it worked, but I'm guessing after y'all match, then the next day to view the profile. So once she realized it was time for them to view the profile, she was like, okay, so what you think?
But that is a part of the dating situation, right?
Yeah.
Of the process. So when you put yourself out there, you got to be ready for everything that come with it, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm just thankful that I ain't got to be trying to date nobody because that's just that's something, you know. But I mean, I can understand it. I see it both sides. But I mean, it's like, man. So when you get out there, you really out there, you know.
It's probably. I ain't trying to get out there.
Yeah, no, So okay, so we're gonna move on to that. We didn't get into people in the comments. Did y'all tell us what did y'all think is watching porno cheating? We really want y'all to weigh in on that. Okay, so on Sunday,
put it in there and tag it.
You just want me to do the work, I see.
Work.
So on Sunday I was watching the message, right? And of course it was Father's Day. So the pastor was talking about himself and being with his wife. And he said his wife did not have to have multiple men because he was multiple men in one. You know, she had a man who was in the street, she had a man who was drinking and smoking, and now she have a man that's saved. So I said, that's very interesting. So my question is, would you rather have one man or one woman and go through all the different trials and tribulations with that one person? Or would you rather have multiple partners where you have to experience all those different things with and then see how it turn out? Because either way, at every level, you may want to find it out because you don't know that you're going to get to the part where he becomes saved or, you know, he going to change himself and be a better person and all that. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts, I mean, of course we know it depends on the level of what you meet a person and what level of life that you're young or old or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We definitely know that. So you definitely not trying to go through all the different stages of the man when you 35, right?
Yeah,
34,
exactly.
35, 36. You trying to find the man who already found himself.
Right. I agree.
But now, when you if you start dating a person young, yeah, of course you would rather go through with that one person, every level of the man with him, because it's showing that he's evolving, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's growing, and and that means that y'all growing together. And when you're growing together, you can experience some wonderful things. As I can say,
Mm-hmm.
I met my wife, early on, and I'm pretty much sure she can say the same things.
Mm-hmm.
I was that knucklehead. I was that wild card.
Right.
We talk about it, we laugh about some things now, like, what was you thinking? Why did you? It's
Mm-hmm.
fun, but it's good to have those memories.
Right.
And that's one good thing about a long-lasting relationship. You with it through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you get to see the bad times and the good times. You get
Mm-hmm.
to see somebody really grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's daily growth as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess, I can agree with that. It definitely depends on when you meet the person. Because you're right. If I met a person right now and they were still in that growing up stage and I done already evolved into who I am now, I wouldn't want to have to wait and wonder, is he going to grow up? Is he going to change and all this? But if I've been with him over the course of the years and I say, okay, well, we defeated that. We defeated that. Okay, now he this kind of person. Okay, he going to defeat this. You know what I'm saying? I can see that pattern. But
Mm-hmm.
I think, and then that allows you to enjoy the person that they are now, as you have said, as you continue to watch them grow. But I think you also have to ask yourself and be observant to see, are they growing through all these different stages? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how, you know what I'm saying, like what kind of effect is that having on the relationship as you have to wait on them to mature and stop doing this and stop doing that, you know what I'm saying, versus going out there and meet somebody else. But only thing about that is the unknown. You know what you got at your house right now. You know what they're gonna do for the most part. You know what they're not gonna do for the most part. But you really stepping out in the
Well,
fire.
mm-hmm.
Go
I
ahead.
think too that it's easier to go through when a person is doing other things well. They're still
Yeah.
handling their business, and they taking care of the household and different things like that. So you can say, yeah, yeah, I got this 20% of them that is not right, but
Mm.
I do got faith that he's gonna grow because he have before and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just different things you get to look at. But
Yeah.
it's still the main thing. Love got to be there.
Yeah, love has to be there. And I like a lot of what we was talking about last week with, I guess, and what she was saying, it's a choice. So you
Mm-hmm.
really have to choose to say, I'm gonna stick through this with him, or I'm gonna go get somebody else and see what it's gonna be like. But I mean, the good thing about it, if you want to say that, is that you do have all these different people in one. So it's like you have had several relationships in one. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because they
mean,
have been all kind of people, and you have been all kind of people. Because when they wow, sometimes you wow. When they start growing up, you like, okay, man, I guess I gotta get myself together and start growing up.
right. I mean, you have to, but and then it's like he said, he's very transparent. It's good to be with a transparent person who's telling you, look now, we kind of grew there a little bit because
Yeah.
it's kind of easy to go back to some stuff because it don't take but a second to go back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I mean, and then some of that stuff you enjoy, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So it's good to be with a person that look now we ain't doing that no more. And I
Right.
think for the most part with a man, you know, um, he needs structure. And
Oh
need
yeah.
a person who's going to structure, help him be structured and different things of that nature. But that's with anybody as well too,
Mm-hmm.
because we all make mistakes, we all do things like, our mind seems like it slips daily.
Oh yeah, from time to time we have to catch ourselves and pull the reins and get ourselves back together. But do you think, a lot of people say, well, I shouldn't have to get a man, raise him, wait on him to become who he gonna become and all that, and just, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that men feel like a woman should just have to go through all these stages and wait on them to grow up and, you know what I'm saying, pacify them and do all this to get her glory? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think women should have to go through it, you know what I'm saying? But you got to understand what you got, you know, when you at with the situation. You know, I mean, it's hard to expect an 18-year-old to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but if he's trying to do manly things,
of course he is. Of course he is. Let them be real. What else can he do? He can't do boys things. He at the 18-year-old stage.
Right. So that means that he needs to elevate his mind up into the level of the things he's trying to do.
Eventually, I think it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. You know, but now it depends on how bad it is.
Right. It depends on what it is.
But I just think growth is definitely a key. You can't stay stagnant.
Yeah.
You know, but just be real. Real is key. Real is key, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if it's ever getting to a point where it's too much, you know where it's at. You got to move on.
Yeah, that's true. I was just on all, you know, just to hear him say that, and I was like, you know what, he right. You know, she really have had all these men. And that's just something to think about. It made me think about my relationship. And it's like, you know, well, I feel like I was kind of the same way. You know what I'm saying? But when you with a person so long, y'all growing up together. Yeah. If you start early, y'all really growing up together, y'all both change. You know what I'm saying? You all both gonna look back and say, man, you know, we used to do this, we used to do that. And then, like you said, sometimes you slip and go back. You like, we can't do that no more. That ain't even us no more. It don't fit.
That is not that was no that don't work. Can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting though.
But sometimes it is good to have a throwback night.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it let you know in the morning. It let you know in the morning. Baby, we just surpassed that stage.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get a few comments. Somebody said watching porn could be cheating if without partner, and masturbates without, but if it's done together, it's not cheating. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, if it's cheating, so she's saying that it's cheating if they do it without you. So like you said earlier, most time people watch it together, but if they're watching it alone, she said it could be cheating. But how though? If you're still on here, how is it cheating if they watch it alone? What about it makes it cheating? I guess
she said the masturbation makes it cheating.
Oh, and masturbate. Okay. Okay. That's a good one.
But come on now.
Somebody said, I guess in response to the men, when do they grow up? Yeah, you right, sis, on that. You know, I think it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. Like you know,
what? Read that again.
When do they grow up? She's talking about the men.
When do they grow? We grow daily. Men grow daily.
Yeah, they grow daily and at slow speed sometimes. Sometimes fast.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not trying to be at a slow speed. But
no, you're not. You know, you can't speak for every man though.
Yeah, but that don't mean that my wife. That don't mean that I don't get fussed at by my wife because she constantly on me about something. So I still have to grow. So no matter what speed you're growing at, it's still some stuff you're gonna do wrong that is not right.
That's true.
And then I mean, but some stuff, you know, when it's not a purpose thing.
Okay, speak on that.
How do you deal with that? though? That's a question I want to ask you.
Let's speak on that.
How do you deal with a situation when somebody does you wrong, but it's not on purpose? How do you handle that?
Well, I think for me, I would have to look at their intention. You know, like first of all, you're gonna be in your feelings about it, you know, depending on what it is. But then you got to go back and look at their intention. So do you mean as if you did something and it bothered your spouse, but you didn't do it intentionally?
So I would read the comments, but go
okay,
ahead. I'm sorry.
Comments.
I'm sorry, they're crazy.
So you're saying that you have to look at the intention. So do you saying like if you did something and it hurt your partner's feeling, but it wasn't your intention?
Yeah.
How would I deal with it? Well, you know, I probably get out my feelings first, depending on what it is. And then after I get out my feelings, I can say, well, maybe he didn't mean it that way. And then just have a conversation to get clarity on it, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't lead with your emotions, because your emotions always can have you feeling away. But like I always say, you have to learn what's in you that trigger those things. So what did you trigger to make you feel like they were being having ill will or ill intent towards you by doing whatever they did? So you gotta look inwardly on that, but also just have a conversation. But you know, and sometimes men can be childish. And so, no offense, co-host. No offense.
Hold up.
No offense. But listen, they can be childish in the fact that they do things, childlike things, and not trying to hurt your feelings, but they ain't meaning no harm, but it's in a childish manner. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to look at all that. Like I'm a very observant person. So I'm gonna observe and see, okay, why did he do that? Why did he just put those? I'm gonna give an example right here. So last night, after we traveled eating dinner, right? And so he left this morning when I got up, he had left a plate on the table.
Right.
So to me, I'm like, why would he? That made me upset, because why would you get up, walk past the trash, and leave your plate on the table, the chair pulled out, and all that? You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm saying, you know, that was very childish. That's what a kid would do. You know what I'm saying?
That childish. Let me tap into that.
Come on, talk to me. We done went all the way around, but we on it now.
Yeah, but this our show. We do what we want to do. Right?
Right. Come on with it.
But so how is that childish?
That's
or
childish.
it just because why does it make him a child and it just he was wrong? Why? So
yeah, you're right. You're right. I could use better terminology on that, but to me that's childlike, because kids do things that they know the parent will be don't like them to do. Like they lack the mental ability to know that they should have made a better decision or choice. So to me, that's a childlike thing to do. And you could use other terms. You can use lazy. You can use they just want the woman to come and clean up behind them. You can term it all kind of ways. But to me, and that's a word I've been on lately, so you may be pulling my card on that, co-host. But
what childish?
Yeah.
Look, and then you have to be careful in the terminology that you use when talking to your spouse, because terminology can deter a conversation from the start.
That's true. Words, you know, words, they really have an effect, and you got to be careful with words. And I know that, you know, and you just going in on me right now. But you're right. But I just feel like that was childish, because there's no reason that you could leave a plate right there when the trash was right there. You had to walk past the trash to walk in the back. But anyway,
okay, so we in it.
Okay.
So how did that situation end up between husband and wife when you use the word childish?
Well,
he didn't take it well, did he?
No, he didn't take it well. He said he is a child of God. You know, he's being real silly with it. But however, he, you know, after I told him, okay, babe, why did you do that? You know what I'm saying? So when I came back, he had cleared it up. And which is fine. You know, everything don't have to be a blow up. It requires a conversation. That, you know, the conversation, I didn't speak harshly with him. I just said, you know, that didn't make no sense, you know, la 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 la. But you know, anyway, I just think it just requires a conversation, because it's not really ill will. He just wanted to go in the bed and hear him get in the bed, and then he didn't left the play.
Yeah, but I mean, it should be
spoken. You all over these comments, so I gotta get these comments because you just stuck.
Okay. They gotta.
Okay, somebody said facts. My wife has been with me for a while. I'm a felon, did time, and all my wife had my back. The biggest thing got saved, thank Jesus for everything I went through. So he's saying that you would rather stick with a person and do it all. Women shouldn't play build a man, my answer. Okay. But if they ain't got no other choices, what they gotta do? Somebody said you were their mentor. All right. When do women grow up? Twerk for the man in the bed. So what you saying? You gotta be You got to twerk for a man in the bed. That means you grown up. Women, let me tell y'all something. A woman, I'm gonna say 90%. The woman, she gonna come grown up. She already know what she want. Her head is clear, and she ready for the business when she comes. So I think the woman come grown up. Yes, she can mature. Yes, she can evolve with the help of her spouse. But more than likely, the man is not grown up when the woman gets him.
But your freak numbers need to be the same.
Well, yeah, it should be around the same.
Roundabout, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, somebody says, how can watching porno be cheating? What kind of question is that? Well, we want to know there was some, that's what a topic was brought to us. Open, honest communication, that's what she was saying about understanding with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all off topic, get back to the topic. Okay, so what do y'all think? He said, get him. I did the nose on 100. You, his wife, you saw he should have gotten it. Ooh, these comments just out of chain. Why are you in here? Okay, I don't know. They going all out of chain. But so, well, the person who was in here asking the question, are you saying how is it cheating? That's what we want to know. What do you all think? Is watching porno cheating? You know, if you're late to the party, we already said our opinion on what we think, but we want to know what y'all think, you know.
Yeah.
So the last lady just said, if the person is watching it without you and masturbating, then that makes it cheating. Which I still don't really understand that, because I mean, naturally, more than likely, if a person is watching it, that may happen. I mean, what else are they watching it for? I mean, they may learn some skills, but like we said earlier, it's more likely it's theatric. So, like you said, you got to twerk. Your woman got to grow up and twerk in the bed. Now, he already contradicted himself. He said his wife been with him through all this and all that. So what he said is, if she ain't twerking, then she ain't grown up. So I guess this is a good question. When you what happens when you're not sexually compatible?
Ooh. I mean, this is trouble, right?
But you don't think that you can kind of teach each other things that you like?
That is, I mean, it definitely become teaching in a relationship.
Yeah.
Everybody teaches somebody some or another, but especially in the sex department, you know, because a lot of times most people become more experienced than the other.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes one person may be more. Okay, somebody says, how can it be cheating? She might be on her cycle. She would rather him sit there and do himself than go lay next to someone else. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're saying. How is it? Or do you think it's cheating? So basically he's saying that he don't think it's cheating because, you know, he's just doing what he has to do until his wife can service him. Which,
I mean, when you're looking at it from a positive perspective like that is a good thing. I do agree. I don't think it is. But you know, if for each person is different, right? I guess.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think it's cheating. You know, to look at it like that. But y'all gotta just have a conversation, and you can't come in there. See, a lot of times your mind not already made up.
Right. You already had your thoughts towards porn and this and that and all that. But I think it's a personal thing that both partners got to be on. But I mean, I think the main thing about it, you just have to make sure it's not becoming an addiction. But other than that, I think it's a personal thing. She got it for me. She also does it for me. Just stepping on this young man's head, letting him know knowledge. Don't mean no harm, just facts. Okay.
I don't know what they got going on in the company.
Well, we appreciate y'all coming in here and sharing y'all perceptions on things. But, you know, like I said, you know, I think the porno thing is to each his own. You know, I think everybody probably done watched at least once in their life, you know, even if they were sneaking when they were younger, watching them VHSs and trying to have their hand on the remote to press pause. or whatever. Somebody come in the room, you know.
Yeah.
So now having more access, and I think, you know, it's a natural thing because we are sexual beings. So
Right.
I think you just have to take it for what it is. And then, you know, it's just entertainment. And that, but if it's becoming excessive, then you might have a little issue with it. But I don't think it can be cheating. And I think that person, maybe the person who came to you about it, his spouse may need to open her mind up some and really see. Maybe she having something sexual in her mind that she thinks the porn is going to open him up to that she may not be open to.
I mean, yeah, but like we say though, the conversation just need to be had so they can come to agreement on what's really going on in the situation.
Right. Okay. Somebody said that watching porn may be a learning session.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that on that part, now I kind of talked about this in a other meeting with some ladies. You have to be careful what you learn from porn now, because you know all that stuff is not real. So you try to do something that may not be likely that your spouse can do. You know.
Right. Well, you know, everything needs to be logical.
Exactly. You gotta be you gotta be logical with it, you know. But I mean, you can probably learn some tips from it, but you know, don't be expecting all the theatrics that come along with that, because that's unrealistic. But I guess you know that when you get older.
The older you get, you know what I'm saying?
But for the partner thing, they watching it. So do you think watching it as a couple, then that could how you can teach your partner some things you want them to practice?
I mean, watching as a couple is only a hamster to me. I don't see how it can hurt when you're watching it together. It's only a hamster.
I'm saying, so do you use so do you use it? Do you think they can use to say, okay, babe, can you try to do this? Can you do it like that?
I guess. I mean, I don't think I don't know.
Okay, somebody said it's cool, but can I reverse this conversation? Why men get mad for the woman watching porn? So why do men? So do men? If you're gonna say it's not real, how if you're gonna say it's not real?
I don't know.
So what do you think about that?
When men get mad, I mean, I don't think a man should get mad neither. I mean, a lot of people just it's to confidence level itself.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think.
You know. So and that's what I think is the confidence level in self. We got the first one that said yes they do. Does that mean they're cheating?
Are you saying yes they do? Do you think are you saying I think is real, friend? Are you think it's real? So she's saying she think porn is real. And so she's saying that men get upset. Are you saying that men get upset by you watching it? I mean, we know what they doing is real. Okay, what I'm saying is not real is all those theatrics, the sounds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not real. Every grown up that has had an intimate session, right? You had sex before. You know, every time you have sex, you're not doing all those sounds. You know what I'm saying? No. Unless you might just be, unless you just that person that do all the sounds. But
because we can't say, we ain't gonna make this no sexual thing.
Well, it seems like the comments they taking it there. Well, we all wrong.
Well, they love it, but we do know that sometimes the best ones can be the quick ones.
Well, yeah, sometimes, because men, they just be thinking they got it. That's another misconception from the porn. Like, you think you're supposed to go on and on and on for hours and hours and hours. Nobody wants you to be pounding on them for all these many hours. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of part that I'm saying like it be unrealistic. Nobody's gonna be going for hours and hours like that. I mean, sometimes, every now and again, but every session,
but it ain't consistent. It ain't gonna be consistent.
It don't have to be
that where the lies come in there.
Exactly. That's a misconception. Okay, she said they do get upset. They do get upset at times because I think men feel like they should be the ones who satisfy us, not porn. Not all men, but some.
See, what I'm saying is now when all these different things start to come in, that's when it's becoming a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because
so now I don't think that at no time that we should make it that way it has become a problem in the relationship.
Right.
Anytime we get to that point, it's time to let it go
Right.
And if you can't let it go, then maybe there is a problem.
Right. And that's what that's what I can see a problem with is that if your man feel like you only watching get satisfaction by watching the porn, you only have an orgasm or different things like that by watching the porn, then y'all need to have a talk to determine what issues are y'all having sexually that he feel like porn is satisfying you more. But how can porn really satisfy you more than your person when it's not a physical encounter? It's just something visual.
It's you.
So you satisfying yourself more. Okay, let's see. If somebody says men don't give a F about y'all watching porn, we like it. Men only feel uncomfortable when you watching the videos with two men, one woman. Then it's uncomfortable because we're like, what signs are you throwing out? Okay, somebody said, oh yeah, that's true. Okay, now I can hold on, get the other color. Depends on if the significant other has a problem with it. That's But why can't you watch porn with two men and one woman? Porn is porn. Okay. Yeah, I'm cutting up. Look. But I think that could be vice versa. That's what we were saying earlier, that it can be misleading because it makes people want to start having a threesome. So a man is saying that he got a problem with his woman watching the porn with two men involved. Okay, but why do men want to watch the porn with two women involved? So I think you can look at that both ways. But why? Okay, what is the problem by you watching it? Like how? What is it creating a ideal? That's why I'm saying this things is unreal. Is it creating an idea that what your partner's supposed to perform? How your partner's supposed to perform? Or is it making you want to bring those things into your relationship?
All I know is this right here. When it started calling triple issues, it might need to go away.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. At the end of the day, the main thing is you need to get on the same page with your spouse. If y'all want to watch it together, do that. If you find out that they're watching it more and it's not problematic, me personally, I don't think it should be an issue. But if they're watching it constantly, every time they get a break at work, every time they in the room by themselves or, they constantly watching it, I think in that instance, you have to make sure that they're not developing porn addiction or sex addiction. And depending on the candidate watching, they may have some kind of other mental problem.
Oh Lord, we gotta shut it down. These comments is that
she said, well, she said same thing I said. They will have a problem with two women and one man. Maybe it's because it's just a turn on to watch and not actually do it. That's what I think. I think some people want to live vicariously through the porn. You know what I'm saying? And know that, that may not be something they're doing, or maybe they can incorporate some things. But I think you got to be very careful with that because we know all those things are not realistic. There's a problem with a threesome. Someone's going to get left out, not me.
That's what I'm telling you to go.
Okay, y'all done let loose. So we know what kind of stuff y'all like to talk about. I told my co-host this was going to get y'all going tonight. But, in all honesty, just to bring everything full circle, I think it's just communicating and knowing what your spouse is open to. And if they is offended by for whatever the reason may be, you know what I'm saying? Talk to them and try to just figure out what is causing the problem that they feel offended by you watching it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that they feel like, well, I'm not able to do these moves. Or I'm not able to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, baby, maybe we can work on the trial. Like, come to an understanding with your mate. And, but don't do it so you have to start sneaking. That's why I think when people start coming to problem with their spouse and, coming down on them so hard, then they feel like they have to sneak and do it. I feel like that's when you create additional problems in your relationship.
True.
So don't make it feel like they wrong or they, they some kind of person just because they watching that. Because in all honesty, we all do some things that we may not be proud of or, feel judged from. So I just think we have to be careful with that.
And just have a conversation. That's the truth, boy. Have the conversation. And when you have a conversation, y'all should be able to handle the situation in a better manner.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, all right, you guys, we have enjoyed you all tonight. Y'all have just showed up and showed out. Make sure that you all are sharing this podcast because somebody need to have this conversation with their spouse and they need to figure out which way they can go. And also, we want you all to join our Conversationist Tribe. Please go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Please go to our page on Facebook and like our page. Also, next week is our last week talking about our love topics, relationship topics. So if you are a male and you are interested in being a guest, we would love to have you because we do not get the male perspective enough. So reach out to us and let us know if you want to be a guest. We would love to have you. And with that, come on, co-host, let's go out. You got something?
Yeah, like she said, if you're on here right now, go on share it right now. Every one of those people who we got an eyeball for, share it right now. Every viewer. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's pray. Oh, great and heavenly Father, Father, we just come right now, Lord Jesus, saying thank you, Father God. Father God, we just thanking you for another amazing day, Father God, another amazing podcast, Father God. We just thank you for all the people who have came in the room tonight, Father God, enjoying the conversation, Father God. Father God, we hope we help somebody out who may be dealing with the issues or whether or not they should be watching the porn, Father God. Father God, you just touch it and let they come and agree, Father God, so they can do it in a mannerable fashion, Father God. Father God, we just thank you for another marvelous Father Day. We thank you for all the gifts and all the things. Father God, we thank you for this time of education, Father God. When it comes to our history, Father God, we're letting our history be known, Father God, and we're learning more and more about it, Father God. Father God, we just pray for unity in this time, though, Father God, that everybody can become united and not separated, Father God. Yes. We just pray that this time will bring us all closer together and all closer to you, Lord. Father God, we just started praying for everybody who's dealing with the COVID-19 situation, Father God. Yes. We pray for everybody who may be affected, have been affected, Father God, or will be affected, Father God. We pray for the doctors who started fighting on the front line, the nurses and the doctors, Father God. Everybody who's on the front line doing that thing, we just pray that you continue to bless them and bless them in a mighty way, Father God. Father God, we just thanking you for this podcast and the heights that it's going to and the people that it's reaching, Father God. We just thank you for the opportunity, the platform, Father God. We don't take it for granted, Father God. We just know it could have been anybody else, but you chose us, Lord. Yes. And we try to do what we can do with it, Father God. Father God, just thank you for my co-host, Father God, and bless her and her family, Father God. And as always, Father God, I just thank you for what you're doing in my life. Thank you for the blessing you bestowed on me. Thank you for my family, my wife, and my son, Father God. Thank you for my father, my siblings, my mother, my church family, everybody, Father God, family, friends, everybody, Father God, and even my foes, if I have those, Father God. Just bless the world, Father God. Forgive us for our sins. These blessings we ask. In your son, Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Awesome prayer as always. All right, you guys. We want to thank you again for tuning in with us tonight. This has been your episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth. Good night.
Deuces.